costume that our actor wore on set, and it was designed, we're going to bring up the creator here in a minute, by a very, very, very dear friend. Please welcome to the stage Mr. Greg Dykstra. Greg wrote the story, he pitched the story to me, and we loved it. It felt like Star Trek to me. And so, not only did he write the story, but Greg is also a very, very skilled veteran sculptor and designer who has created characters for a lot of films that you know, many of them from Pixar. And so he decided that he wanted to design the creature. He designed it, sculpted it, and then we had an amazing company make it for us in full scale. And it's going to be, I'm going to have it down at my table this weekend. So you guys come by and get a picture with Uzi, okay? Also, now I'd like to also welcome to the stage the director of the episode you just saw, Mr. Julian Davis. Julian is a longtime friend. We've done a lot of things together, and I asked him to come down and be our guest director for this episode. He did such an amazing job, and everybody loved him, so we're hoping to have him back even for more. And please welcome up to the stage Mr. Matt Busey! I want the following people to stand real quick. Everybody down here, we've got several people from our production team. Our wardrobe supervisor, Ginger Holly, down here. One of our audio people here. Stand up, Michelle. Liz Wagner, one of our amazing PAs and second assistant. Did you love engineering?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, two of the people that are responsible for building it and some of our prop masters, Jay Pennington and Scott Granger. And a very dear friend of our production, Mr. Dave Arlen. And then Greg has a lot of his family. You might even recognize them. Some of them played some roles in here. Greg's family came to support the episode. Thank you for being here. Okay, you know what? It takes a village, to pardon a phrase, stealing a phrase, to create and operate this creature. The actor that was in it couldn't see anything. He literally, we had a camera mounted in the costume, and it fed a visor that he wore inside so he could have some idea where he was. And then you saw the lights changing based on Usti's mood. That wasn't a special effect after the fact. That was practical, on set. All of this stuff was built and rigged, and the people that made it wanted so desperately to ensure that it made it safely, they drove this thing from Denver, Colorado to Georgia. And some of the team that operated Usti is here. Please stand up. Let's see, I want to watch our time here. How are we doing? Okay. Who's got a question? You guys want to say anything? Julian, say something about this.
Test.
Yeah, you're good. It's just not very loud.
I just want to thank you guys for coming out, and I want to thank, Vic just named all these amazing people. I kind of got folded into this family. I've known Vic for a few years now, and he's been in a few of my films, and so is Michelle, his lovely girlfriend. And yeah, man, that was so much fun to watch, and like everybody around just brought 100%. And quite frankly, we wouldn't be doing it without people like you guys who come out and support us and just really like really good Star Trek. So just thank you guys for being here very much. I appreciate it.
I want you to tell them briefly, listen, be watching in the weeks coming. We created a really wonderful feature with Greg about the making of this episode. Built the making of the creature, the story behind it. So keep your eyes open on StarTrekContinues.com for that feature. But I just want Greg to briefly just give them a little backstory about this.
Well, this is a very...
Can you turn this up louder here?
There we go. Hello, everybody. So this is a very personal story. It's something that I wanted to talk about. And Star Trek offers, and good science fiction in general offers a great way to talk about hard to discuss subjects. And this is something that I wanted to talk about and thought that Star Trek was the perfect vehicle for that. When I was pitching stories to Vic, it was one that I had written and realized that I love monsters to begin with, but the idea that a troubled child could be a misunderstood monster, and that in this case, because of this abuse of his father, that the father could also be a monster, and be a great way to tell the story. And this is something that I think just needs to be discussed. It's always an important thing to talk about and get out there to everybody. It's not something that we should be afraid to do. So, my grandfather was a violent abuser, and my father suffered through that. But my father was a lot of the lines in the story come directly out of things that I thought about. My father was able to recover and to escape that rage and not pass it on to his children. But his father never was able to recover from it, and he died never really having made things right with the family. And so I wanted to offer some hope. This story gives some hope. It's very hard for people that are doing this to change, and so many people are affected by it. But it is possible, and it can happen. And I think that largely encapsulates it.
About the lighting and the camera work for this episode.
Just.
Gotta get it up close.
Well, I just want to say, this episode, sometimes when you're shooting longer stuff, the crew kind of doesn't gel till day 6. And this being episode 6, to me it really feels like the whole thing gelled. Like we had a great story, great director, great producer. Working on this and been working together most of these episodes, and it just it felt to me like it really clicked this time, and I think it shows in the work, and I'm really happy to have been part of this one. When I saw this, I work on this a lot, I see it in little bits all the time, big sense, big clips, we color correct it together, but I hadn't seen the whole thing put together. When I first saw it, it was the first time one of our own episodes blew me away. I was like, oh my God! I'm always nitpicking and going like, oh, we could have done that better. This one was just like, wow, I was completely in it. So, as far as the lighting goes, I don't know, I was trained as a painter and architect, and I like playing with light, so it's just, this is a great show to work on because the light is ridiculous. It's TV lighting in an extreme way, and it's not meant to be realistic, which is so much fun because when you work on most stuff, everyone's like, we want it to look realistic. We're just like, oh, purple, more green.
More green behind your head back there. Yeah. No, brighter green.
There's not enough shadows.
It's basically very counter. I mean, directing this kind of thing, it was kind of a challenge for me because I come from obviously modern directing and modern sort of cinematography and sort of modern camera moves, and you kind of have to turn your brain off to what your instinct is telling you and go, oh no, that crazy dolly move that falls, and then just the camera's a little wobbly, and then it's a little handheldy, and it's a little weird. It's very 60s. It's it was so fun to just twist your brain and go, oh no, you're not doing something in the 2016. You're doing something from 1969. 1970, if it's season, the next season. But yeah, these guys like walking in there, this team, like you said, just, yeah, I mean, this was my first experience on Continues on set, and it was like walking into like Star Trek camp. It was like you walk in, everybody's just bright and raring to go. It was great.
Real quick before I forget, I want to apologize because we have no control of the room that we're in, right? They just assign it to a room. The popping that you were hearing is because it's coming through the little tinny speakers in the ceiling. And they can't handle the dynamic range of the soundtrack. So the ship, the rumbling, that's what you were hearing. So do me a favor, set your alarm for 12:01. And watch it again with some headphones, and I mean, enjoy the sound that Ralph Miller worked very, very hard. Also, original music again. Yeah, Andy Barber did an amazing job on the music. You know what? We're almost out of time. So real quick, let's watch the bloopers together. How about that? And listen, also, come on downstairs this weekend and say hello. Todd Habercorn, who plays Spock, is here signing with me as well this weekend. Come down and say hello to him. Tell him how much you liked it when I shot him. And you got those bloopers ready? Let's kick those up.